The good news about working with materials in Arnold is that you don't always have to start completely afresh with your materials. Um, Now, Arnold, if you have the right version, has a huge library of materials that you can actually use to begin um, creating material. So let me give you a few examples. Say, for example, select this torus, and let's say I want that to look like car paint. So I have mat underscore torus. I'm going to click on this little button called as presets, and there are all these different kinds of materials that I can actually start out with. So car paint, replace, and it's going to start me out with a material which I can then work, which is pretty awesome. There are some really complex materials in there. Car paint is possibly one of the simplest materials. Let's select cone in the back and assign something perhaps matte, maybe like rubber. It's not very exciting, is it? Let's stick to something ceramic. Here goes. And let that render out. And there it is. It's taking more and more time to render out now. Um, let's just go back to our sphere and try a few new things out. I'm going to click on presets and show you what achrome material might look like, which is something that you can use directly for things like mirrors. You can of course then go back in here and edit the properties. You can also see what kind of numbers Maya or Arnold has punched into all these parameters that we've just learned. Let's click on the presets. Let's try things like incandescent bulb. This is very interesting. It's an incandescent bulb with a sort of a yellowish core, and it's emanating light, which is pretty awesome. I'm not going to let this finish rendering. I'm just going to keep switching. Gold is very interesting as well. It's metallic, but it's sort of yellowish at the same time. Um, I know with better lighting, because our lighting right now is the most basic light. It's one simple sky dome light sitting in the back. Um, it's not really working as well as it should. Let's try copper. And I also want to show you guys what let's say something like a bubble looks like. Excuse me there. Yeah, so this is very interesting. When you apply a bubble material to it, of course you need to make sure that you're selecting the object and you're switching the opacity uh, checkbox off. And then when you make this object opaque again, you need to check it back on again. So yeah, we don't always have to start making materials in Arnold from scratch. We can always begin with one of these presets and then start working from there, which is highly recommended.